The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Auburn, New York, weighing 262 pounds, Mark Jindrak.
Alongside the beautiful Lita, I am the coach, and Lita, I know you're ready for this week.
Coach, I'm not only ready for this week, looking forward to next week in No Mercy, but Mark Jindrak's big debut here tonight.
From Ozone Park, New York, weighing 225 pounds, Justin Credible.
Well, welcome to everybody once again. She gave me a second chance. Lita, you're back, and I tell you what, we are 1 week from No Mercy. I can't wait.
I cannot wait to get to Little Rock. No Mercy is going to be kicking. I know that much.
And you got to wonder what Eric Bischoff has in store. But what do you have in store? I'm interested to hear from you here tonight on Heat. Let's get started.
All right, let's get started here with Justin Credible and Mark Jindrak. Mark Jindrak may be new to some of you guys. I personally remember him as a former WCW Tag Team Champion with his partner, Sean O'Hare.
Yeah, you know, Lita, I was very impressed. I saw you all day prepping, getting your notes ready, all fired up for tonight. But I also know you were looking at your notes from Raw Roulette this past Monday. What a night it was in Sin City.
It was definitely a great night in Sin City. For the fans especially, they came out on top seeing an entire night of great, unpredictable matches.
And I know you liked the night. I heard that you were out on the town after the show, too. I don't know if the stories are true. I won't even get into it. I just won't get into it. I won't.
Okay, we won't get into that.
Well, here we go. Justin Credible and Mark Jindrak one-on-one. And you mentioned Mark Jindrak, formerly the WCW. A lot of guys, when they come here, make their debuts, you're not sure if they're going to make it. But one guy, oh, nice drop kick, who has certainly made it from the WCW, is one Booker T. And what a night he had. Huge win over the Big Show in the steel cage match. But then here comes Chris Jericho out of nowhere. And that issue is far, far from being over.
All because Y2J, I think, is a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
Embarrassed that Booker T called him a sucker.
I thought that was great a couple of weeks ago, but apparently Y2J did not. But speaking of Y2J, obviously, oh, what a power slam. This may be enough. Hook of the leg, 1-2, and a kick out by Justin Credible. But we'll fast forward to the end of the night because I want to get to this real quickly. Y2J is part of that huge four-team, tag team TLC match, tables, ladders, and chairs. And it's amazing that nobody in that match in the main event got hurt.
Well, Coach, you know, I've gotten word from Bubba Ray Dudley had a concussion, as well as there's possibly some other injuries that we just haven't heard about. Those guys took a brutal, brutal beating, and I know they're all still feeling that.
A little bit later on right here on Heat, we're going to take you back to that huge main event, one of the greatest tables, ladders, and chairs matches we've ever had here in the WWE. But what about the end of the match? Triple H coming out, and we don't use this word lightly. Triple H, oh, wow. Triple H coming out and calling Kane a murderer at the end of Raw. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's a plot by Triple H, but did you see the look on Kane's face at the end of Raw?
The look on Kane's face was really hard to try to figure out what he was thinking. I think the fans were still absorbed in the match and taking in the match, and then here comes Triple H with this news, and myself included, I think shock is overall what everybody was thinking.
Yeah, it's shocking, and it's hard to read. It's hard to read what Kane's reaction really was. Hopefully we'll find out tomorrow night. We're going to be live north of the border. We're heading up to Montreal, Quebec, Canada for Raw Live tomorrow night. It should be a very, very interesting show, to say the least. But right now, Mark Jindrak is back to his feet, big elbows, and Justin Credible, oh, big shot. Will this be enough? Will he go down? Mark Jindrak in his WWE debut too, but getting there shoulder up just before the count of 3. And Liddy, you know, talk about a huge week. We start with tomorrow night, but then this Thursday, 10 o'clock right here on MTV, the casting special. It is now time for Tough Enough 3. That's exactly right.
No, Coach, the casting special is great. You guys see all those people that think they could even stand one day in a WWE ring? Please.
Well, we're going to find out. I've heard this year the competition is stronger, and as always, it's going to be a very entertaining show. The casting special this Thursday night, 10 o'clock, 9 Central, right here on MTV. Well, now Mark Jindrak is absolutely firing up. And what kind of elevation does this youngster have on those drop kicks? And face planting, just incredible. This may be enough. Hook the leg, 1-2. And again, just incredible, is able to kick out.
Because he's not just the coolest and not just the best, Coach.
Oh, my God.
He's just incredible, quite frankly.
I knew it was going to come out sooner or later. Oh, off the top rope, incredible elevation. This guy is so athletic. This may be enough this time. Oh, and again, somehow these two guys have gone the distance and then some.
Not somehow, because he's just incredible, Coach.
You're too much. You came with a little feistiness today. I kind of like that, though. But now just incredible going for a huge kick, and Jindrak catches him.
Atomic drop and a neck breaker.
Nice combo. That may be enough, and this time it certainly is. Very
impressive debut.
You're doing right.
Mark Jindrak.
He looks impressive, and that's exactly how he looked in the ring here tonight on Heat. His debut, Mark Jindrak, right here on Heat. Well, folks, we're just getting started. Plenty more action later on Heat as Lance Storm goes one-on-one with Johnny Stamboli. But coming...
And now the WWE Rewind is brought to you by Snickers. Don't let hunger happen to you.
The time is finally at hand. I close a chapter, and yet I open another one. My vindication. The picture is complete. It is time to begin my masterpiece. Quote the Raven.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome a man who calls Heat his personal playground. Please welcome Raven.
Now, Raven was able to get the win over D'Lo, although it was by distracting the ref and getting a low blow before he hit the Raven effect. But you know what? This guy's still not happy, and I personally have never seen him smile, and I've also never seen him shut up. Anyways, he's been talking about this masterpiece that I've been losing sleep over, and maybe Coach is going to find out a little bit more about what it is.
Last week you made a very cryptic mention of your pieces coming together and that it was time for your masterpiece to begin. Would you care to explain?
For 2 years, I've languished in this company and watched opportunities that a man of my skill and intellect deserved be given to others, other superstars, because they were more of a friendly image. I've been treated like an outcast. I've been treated like an unwanted child. I've been treated like a depraved embarrassment. For 2 years, I resisted the temptation to lash out in a rage. I resisted the temptation to quit the WWE entirely. I didn't, Coach. I didn't because I have a statement to make. A statement I will reveal in upcoming weeks. A statement that will expose the hypocrisy that chokes the... A statement that chokes the WWE and society itself. Society has been seduced by depravity, and you people have responded with all the chastity of a $3 tramp.
Huh?
I see the way you people look at me. You look down your nose at me because I'm different, because I dress different.
Certainly Raven's not at a loss for words.
Well, it's time I showed you people that I'm not depraved. It's you people. This interview's over, Coach.
Okay, so we've got that all figured out now. So Raven's masterpiece is, yeah. Okay, so next week, not only will he be...
See if Johnny Stamboli can make Lance Storm forget about it. That's next. Stick around. Welcome back to Sunday Night Heat right here on MTV alongside Lita. I am the coach. We're all set for Lance Storm one-on-one with Johnny Stamboli.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 230 pounds, Lance Storm.
Now, Lita, I heard you like roasted chicken breast sandwiches. Is that right?
And I heard you like the club.
Well, I do, because they're all at Subway, and Subway presents WWE No Mercy. No Mercy will be live next Sunday from the Alltel Arena in Little Rock, Arkansas. Fresh-made sandwiches on fresh-baked bread. Subway, eat fresh.
You eat fresh.
Oh, I do. Most people call me fresh, not eating fresh. No Mercy is going to be off the chart. We've got a lot to talk about. We've already talked about a lot. But, of course, I want to get into that unbelievable tables, ladders, and chairs match we just saw a few moments ago and the shocking accusation by Triple H.
Weighing 248 pounds, Johnny Stamboli.
You know, when I looked at Kane's face at the end of that match, that didn't look like a man who was innocent of the charges that Triple H was throwing at him.
Coach, I really don't know what to think about Kane's reaction, but I do know that 7 men went through a very grueling match. Mine's really not concentrating on being accused of murder. I've never been accused of murder, but how do you react to that? Especially, who knows how conscious Kane actually was after his body took so much abuse from that match, as well as the other 6 competitors.
And everybody always says that Triple H has an impeccable feel for timing.
Yes.
And what a time to come out after an incredible main event, an incredible tables, ladders, and chairs match to come out and boom, accuse Kane of that. Hopefully we'll find out more tomorrow night live from Montreal. But right now, Lance Storm and Johnny Stamboli. Here's a cover, hook of the leg, 1-2, and a kick out by Stamboli. I can't ever remember something as shocking as what we saw at the end of Raw. Can you?
Absolutely not, Coach, but think about this. I think the entire audience, as well as myself, was absorbing the match that had just taken place, an incredible match.
It was incredible.
And then for Triple H and Ric Flair to come down with the strong words of being accused of murdering a woman.
Yeah, who's this Katie Vick anyway?
I don't know who she is. I don't know if Kane could even comprehend anything that Triple H was even saying at that moment.
It's going to be interesting to find out exactly if there's any validity to Triple H's charges. Wait a second, big elbow, here's a cover 2, and a kick out by Stamboli. If there's any validity at all, or if Triple H is simply playing mind games with Kane. Because let's face it,
living
Kane,
up to the cerebral assassin name that he has earned, for sure.
Yeah, very, very good point. Because we all know that Kane has the biggest match. Sure, he's a World Tag Team Champion. Give him credit for that. Intercontinental Champion. Give him credit for that. But he has a chance to be the World Heavyweight Champion.
And potentially the first and only superstar to ever have all 3 titles at once. The Intercontinental title, the Tag Team Championship, as well as the World Heavyweight title.
It would be an accomplishment to say the least. Oh, nice belly-to-belly by Stamboli. And to say that Stamboli needs a victory over Lance Storm, and, you know, I don't know if Lance Storm's mind is all here, because we've known what Lance Storm and all of the Un-Americans have gone through the past few weeks, breaking up and exactly, not getting along at all.
No, but definitely on the same page with Regal, as he was there to help him win the match with the ever-present brass knucks.
Yeah, but we still remember what we're really... Oh, wow! Nearly a full somersault on that backdrop by Stamboli. And now going on and connecting. What a huge win this would be for Stamboli. Now going to that middle rope. At the top, face planted. Here's a cover. Maybe not quick enough, though, too. And a kick out by Lance Storm. Real quick, folks, don't forget this Thursday night, the casting special. Tough Enough 3, 10 o'clock, 9 Central, right here on MTV. Oh, big shot to the kisser. Robinson, big shot to the kisser.
Kisser.
Oh, here's a cover. This is going to be enough. Oh, Lance Storm barely gets that right shoulder
Still
up.
able to pucker up.
You know, real quick before we get away tonight, we got to give credit to Eric Bischoff. Raw Roulette last Monday was off the chart. I know you still have problems with him, but Las Vegas, the kickoff to Las Vegas week was great, and I know tomorrow night in Montreal is going to be great as well. So kudos to our boss. Oh, and now Lance Storm has Stamboli up in a very precarious position. Oh. And what an impact. This crowd is right there with him. Will this be enough, though? A cover two, and both of these men appear to be nearly out of gas.
Definitely are. You know, Eric Bischoff, like him or not, he definitely gave the fans what they wanted to see last Monday night.
And now Lance Storm
trying to get into his half crab submission.
Wait a second, quick roll, 1, 2, oh, and nearly a 3 count by Charles Robinson. And now Lance Storm right back to his feet. And a shot to the midsection by Stamboli. And this guy is in phenomenal shape and is so strong. But Lance Storm is the crafty veteran. You got to give credit where credit is due. And hit a big super
That was a veteran move right there.
And that's probably going to be enough. And it is.
Here is your winner, Lance Storm.
Well, Lena, you got to wonder what's going to go down tomorrow night live on Raw.
One only knows what can follow up last week's Raw Roulette.
Will we hear from Triple H? Will we hear from Kane? And what does Eric Bischoff have in store? For Lita, I'm the coach. We'll see you tomorrow night on Raw.
Good night.